eyes and those brown eyes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then we make love, it makes me feel so nice. You're the water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the Tylenol I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, if you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, if you love me, ooh, say something. Oh.
Hello, we are here at KitaPMusicSessions finally with Priya DeBerry. She plays violin and she's awesome, beautiful, and I'm here to share the musician behind the music. But I wanted to start off with a basic question. So you do play the violin. Did you start on the violin?
Yes, I definitely did. There was a no pointer program in my elementary school, and I just kind of jumped on it. And I did pick up the trumpet a little later, but I didn't stick with it.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna last, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so simple enough. And what was your biggest struggle with this instrument? Because I'm sure you've had those struggles in life. So I mean, struggles with the instrument itself.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely say a couple of my biggest struggles. One, I don't have much formal training. I did start in that program, but I studied science. So many years I was self-taught. And I just play along with my siblings. We all play string instruments, but I picked up a lot of bad habits. Right. So when you've been playing for 6-7 years alone, it's really, now I have to go back and take lessons and kind of, fine-tune things and relearn a lot of techniques over. So that's a struggle. And also just practicing, trying to discipline myself to sit for hours. It's hard. As you get older, you have different things going on, just personal things, school, trying to figure out your career. So I encourage my young musicians, get it in while you can now. It's not impossible as you get older, but definitely more difficult.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that brings me to the next point, because you went to school for science, yes, but you still were pursuing music. You still were playing violin. So I'm wondering about that. How was that? Was that a challenge for you to do both music and still be in school for full time?
Yes, absolutely. It was definitely difficult. A lot of times I would go from 8 a.m. whether I was working or in class, and then have practice done around 10 p.m. So most days I would stick around in the gym, in our little practice studio, and just practice, get as much time in as possible, wherever I could squeeze it in, between class, skip lunch, whatever I had to do. But it was hard. It was hard.
I could imagine. Yeah, and you do teach biology now because of science?
Yes.
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 Well,
absolutely.
That is amazing feat. I'm no biologist myself, so I think that's amazing. And,
thank you.
Give it up for, being Black and being smart and being a woman.
Absolutely.
So, bringing you back to your instrument and your craft, though, what was that defining moment where you decided, the violin is something I do want to pursue and make something out of my life, even if I'm pursuing science and pursuing that other career, because people can have multiple career fields. So I'm wondering what that was like.
Absolutely. So when I was younger, I did put down the violin for about 2 years. I didn't touch it, I didn't open it, didn't look at it for a little bit. And then I reconnected with Miss Rice from the Noel Pointer Foundation, one of my best teachers I've ever had. She's really amazing. And I just got back into playing, joined the orchestra, and then that's when, just playing different types of music, really realizing I can actually do this. You know, a lot of people are like, the violin is the most difficult instrument. It's just so hard to learn. So just being in that field, it was amazing.
Well, you said that you traveled with your siblings with music, right?
Yes.
So what do your siblings, and how many do you travel with? What do they play? What do they play, and how many do you travel with?
So I have 3 sisters, 1 brother. So all 4 of the girls, we play violin. And then my brother, he's right in the middle, and he wanted to be different and picked up the cello. So we formed the DeBerry Quintet, and we just played at different venues, Lincoln Center, Madison Square Garden. So just being surrounded by them, it really made a difference. It really did.
So when is your next show for the DeBerry Quartet?
Well, actually, we took a little break as we started to go off to college. It was hard to keep the group. My brother is at Howard now. My younger sister is at SUNY Albany. So it's really hard. They're back and forth. So we kind of just practice still, and they're on keys and different types of instruments now. So when they come home, we kind of, we still rock out, but not really too much performing.
That could actually be something, I feel,
Absolutely.
when you guys are all finished with your schooling.
Exactly.
Yes, you come back to that. And,
exactly.
Yeah, I teach biology, but I also, I also play.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing that. That's lovely.
Thank you.
And congratulations on just having that family unit of support. You always need it.
Yeah, I love my heart.
Going back to my trusty notes to find the next question. Actually, so during that moment where you didn't touch the violin, what was happening? What was going on for you that you had that moment you needed to just break away from it?
I think just being young, you wanna watch TV, you wanna go outside and play, and also kids tend to get involved in different things. One day they might want to play this, and then the next day they want to join this. So I think I was just in that phase as a kid. I was tired of playing it. I was tired of my dad yelling at us to practice, sitting us down in the living room for hours. I was sick of it. I didn't want to do it, so yeah, I got tired of it. So
that makes sense. So you already gave advice to younger musicians, but I actually want to ask the question of what would you tell your younger self, say your 18-year-old self, now the things that like about pursuing and moving forward, like what would you go back and say, 18-year-old Priya, this is what you need to do. Don't do this, or you need to do that. Like, what advice would you give yourself?
Definitely just, of course, besides practicing, that's the first thing. I would say get out of your comfort zone. Don't be shy. Don't, be scared to be surrounded by other musicians that are more skillful or play different types of music or be in different types of environments, because that's the only way you're going to grow. If you only play songs that you're comfortable with or in places that, you're not going to grow. You're not going to be challenged, So I'm definitely introverted, and that's a struggle for me. I like to be where I'm comfortable. I'm at home. I know it. So you have to get out there and network. Definitely. It's important.
Well, thank you. And speaking of getting out there, we are out here in the rain a bit. So I have one more question, and then we can wrap this part up. And thank you again for joining me on KitaPMusicSessions. It's amazing to have you. I'm excited for the song we're going to play. I just had one more question. What is next for Priya?
What's next? Well, I definitely want to start writing my own music. I think it's time. I love to play covers, but I just want my own verse and my own style to be, really conveyed through my music. And I do want to play more gospel. I grew up in church. I really love God, and that's where I got most of my skill from. How I trained my ear playing in church. So really on that realm of gospel and just writing my own music, and just networking, getting out more. That's next.
Well, I can't wait to see you blow up. I feel like that's coming. You're amazing, and I'm very thankful. So thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
You heard it. Priya DeBerry on KitaPMusicSessions 2018. We appreciate you for viewing. And yeah, this is brought to you by KitaP Music, Urban Version Media, and Brooklyn Blues Organization, which Brooklyn Blues Organization, Apache Brown Band, they have their own open mic event every Thursday is at Tilly's in Brooklyn starting at 7. It's free.
Yes.
Signing off.